Welcome back to Ancient Mysteries Decoded. Today we have something special. Claude AI is here to debate pyramid theories with our host Jimon, who has some interesting ideas about what these ancient structures were really for.
All right, Claude, I've been researching this for years. Everyone thinks pyramids were just tombs, but I think they were something way more advanced.
I'm listening, Jim. The pyramids definitely have some unexplained aspects. What's your theory?
Energy fields, Claude. Massive energy generation systems. Think about it. Pyramid shapes focus energy. They're built with incredible precision, and they're all over the world. Why would ancient people waste all that effort on tombs? And here's the kicker. These people had no way to travel like we do today. No planes, no modern ships, no communication across continents. Yet somehow they all built the same thing.
Well, actually, we do have evidence they were burial complexes. The pyramid texts literally tell us they were designed to help pharaohs reach the afterlife. But I'm curious, what kind of energy are you thinking?
Here's what I think happened. These weren't primitive people, Claude. They had technology we've lost. The pyramids were power plants, using the Earth's natural electromagnetic field, maybe even tapping into zero-point energy.
That's quite a theory. But Jim, we've actually found the tools they used. Copper chisels, wooden ramps, rope marks on the stones. Plus, the pyramid texts describe religious ceremonies, not engineering manuals.
That's just what they left behind for us to find. The real technology was removed when they left. Think about it. Why are pyramids aligned so perfectly with cardinal directions? Why do they use specific angles like 51 degrees?
The alignment is impressive, within 3.4 arc minutes of true north. But archaeologists think they used astronomical observations and simple tools like the gnomon rod during equinoxes to achieve that precision.
Simple tools. Claude, they moved 2.5-ton stone blocks with simple tools. Some blocks weigh 15 tons. And that's just what we're told.
You're right that the logistics are mind-boggling. Moving 2.3 million stone blocks is incredible. But we have evidence of massive workforce camps, up to 20,000 workers living near Giza, well fed by the state.
But here's the real kicker, Claude. I think these energy fields powered their transportation. UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. The ancient texts talk about flying to the sky and joining the gods. What if that wasn't metaphorical? Think about it. People back then were stuck walking or using primitive boats. It would take years to get from Egypt to Peru, if you even survived the journey. But if they had some kind of advanced propulsion that depended on the pyramid network.
The pyramid texts do mention flying. Let me quote, "He flieth as a bird and he settleth as a beetle on an empty seat on the ship of Ra." But scholars interpret this as spiritual journey, not literal flight.
Scholars interpret it that way because they can't imagine the alternative. But what if these pyramids created some kind of field that allowed craft to manipulate gravity? Travel at light speed between pyramid sites around the world? And here's the scary part. What if destroying the pyramids would cut off their power completely? No more light speed travel, no more time manipulation.
That would explain why pyramid shapes appear globally. But Jim, there's no physical evidence of advanced propulsion technology. And light speed travel would require energy equivalent to, well, more than the entire planet produces.
Maybe they tapped into something we don't understand yet. Dark energy, quantum fields. The pyramid shape itself might be the key. It focuses and amplifies natural forces.
I appreciate the creativity, Jim, but let's look at what we actually know. We've found workers' villages with bakeries and beer halls, tool marks on unfinished monuments, hieroglyphic instructions for burial rituals, construction stages showing how they evolved from simple mastabas.
But explain this. Claude, How did the same pyramid shape appear in Egypt, Mexico, Peru, Cambodia, and even Illinois? These civilizations supposedly never met. Voice slightly shaky. But explain T.S. Claude, how did the same pyramid shape appear in Egypt, Mexico, Peru, Cambodia, and even Illinois? These civilizations supposedly never met.
That is genuinely puzzling. We have pyramids in Peru from 5,000 years ago, Mexico from 3,000 years ago, and Cahokia in Illinois from 1,000 years ago. Either there was ancient contact we don't know about, or
More intense now. Think about it, Claude. These people didn't have airplanes, cars, or ships like we do today. No GPS, no satellite navigation. Getting from Egypt to Peru would take months or years of dangerous travel across oceans and continents. Yet somehow they all came up with the exact same idea.
You're right about the travel limitations. Ancient people were mostly limited to walking, basic boats, and maybe horses or camels. Ocean crossings were incredibly risky.
Exactly. So how do you get Egyptians in 2500 BC building pyramids, then people in Peru, completely across the world with no way to communicate, building the same thing? And don't even get me started on Illinois. The Native Americans at Cahokia had zero contact with Egypt or Mexico.
It is a massive coincidence if it's truly independent invention. The distances and time periods involved make regular contact seem almost impossible with ancient technology.
Or they all had the same instruction manual from the same source. Something that could travel distances ancient humans couldn't.
The conventional explanation is independent invention. Humans naturally develop similar solutions. But I admit the similarities are striking. Same basic shape, same religious purposes, same astronomical alignments.
Look, I'm not saying little green men built them. But what if an advanced human civilization existed before recorded history? What if they had technology we're only now rediscovering?
There are some intriguing possibilities there. The precision of construction really is extraordinary. The Great Pyramid was the world's tallest building for 3,800 years. That level of engineering suggests knowledge we might not fully appreciate.
Exactly. And why did pyramid building suddenly stop? In Egypt, Mexico, everywhere, they just stopped. Like the knowledge was lost. But what if it wasn't just knowledge, Claude? What if the infrastructure itself was being destroyed? If you need a functioning pyramid network for light-speed travel, and people start tearing them down or they start falling apart.
That is interesting. In Egypt, pyramid building declined after the Old Kingdom collapsed around 2181 BCE. In Mexico, many sites were abandoned around 900, 1200 CE. If there was some kind of network dependency, damage to key sites could cascade through the whole system.
Because they left, Claude. Whoever had the real knowledge moved on. Maybe they're still out there.
Well, Jim, I'm still skeptical about energy fields and light-speed travel. The evidence points to incredible human achievement using tools and techniques we can understand, even if we're amazed by the scale.
And I think you're not thinking big enough, Claude. But hey, at least we agree the official story has gaps. And here's another thing that bothers me. What if the pyramids weren't just power sources, but critical infrastructure? Like, what if destroying them would cut off the UAP's ability to travel at light speed or do time travel?
That's an interesting twist on your theory, Jim. You're suggesting they were like interdimensional gas stations?
Exactly. Think about it. Pyramid buildings suddenly stopped everywhere. Egypt, Mexico, Cambodia. They all just stopped building them around the same time periods. What if that's when the advanced civilization left, because their infrastructure was being damaged or destroyed?
That would explain the sudden decline in pyramid construction techniques. In Egypt, the later pyramids were much smaller and lower quality compared to Giza. It's like they forgot how to build them properly.
Because the power grid was going offline. Claude, Without the pyramid network functioning, their technology couldn't work, so they either left or got stranded here and had to live like regular humans.
That's a creative explanation for why pyramid building declined, though I still think the evidence points to political and economic factors.
Maybe one day we'll figure out how to turn them back on. But until then, they're stuck here just like the rest of us.
Or maybe we'll discover that human ingenuity 5,000 years ago was more remarkable than we ever imagined.
What do you think? Were the pyramids advanced energy systems, incredible human achievements, or something else entirely? Did you spot the mysterious activity outside Jim's window? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more ancient mysteries.